Hi everyone, Agnes here. Welcome to another interview. Today I am with Jameela. Hello, Jameela.
Hello, hello.
Can you tell people I know where you are. Tell people where you are in the world.
I am in Texas. I'm in Houston, Texas.
Nice.
Um, yeah, I guess that's where I'm at in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always try and introduce people because it gives people in that country, that area, that relatability. And
Mhm.
speaking of relatability, you and I, by some random chance, did a video with pretty much exactly the same title. Now,
Mm.
can you tell us what your title was, and then we'll discuss the contents of it?
Well, I know the subtitle was "A Woman's First Priority is Rest."
Yes.
And oh, yes, I know the thumbnail. I put, "I don't work hard and neither should you."
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when you did that video, what was in the background that drove you to make it?
I was just meandering around my house that morning and I was enjoying the sun coming in, looking at the plants, and I was making coffee and I was about to cook for the week. And I was thinking, like, man, this is a little slice of heaven. This is so peaceful. And I was like, thinking to myself, like, how I used to work so hard for everything and like thought I had to like hustle for everything. But I'm like, I don't have the like when we talk about all the money we want in the world, like that is I don't have all of that, but I was like this piece is like wealth, like big time. And I was like, I think more people, and at the time I was thinking women should understand that the true luxury and the true wealth in life is a peaceful home, is peace of
Mm-hmm.
mind, is the freedom. Because I was like, I don't work hard anymore in work. I'm not looking for extra things to do. My daughters are pretty much squared away because of their age, and it's just me and the cat this morning and it's all good. And
Yeah.
so that's what I had that energy, and I was like, let me jump on and just share this because this is a culmination of years. I
Yes.
homeschooled, like I prepared myself for a life like this, and I wanted to just, share it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's almost like when I watched your video after I'd uploaded mine, because I did mine and it was very similar. A woman's priority needs to be rest, or I did something that the,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
message was nearly the same. And I remember thinking, why did I do that video? And it was because so many people I was coaching, and my channel's 85% women, they're
Hmm.
just on this multitasking, accelerated action figure trajectory.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I've had people say to me, "Oh, yeah, I was listening to your meditation when I was at work." And I go, "Well, that's not going to really cut it,
Right. Right.
And I get why people do that because I used to do it too. But this multitasking waters
Mhm.
everything down, scatters your energy. You never do anything properly, and you don't. Well, this is why people get anxiety.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's too much going on, and it's driven by there's not enough time, there's not enough money. It's not enough time, there's not enough money.
Exactly.
It's a belief that I have to work hard, do more, and if I'm not exhausted, then I'm not doing enough. And it's actually
Yeah.
I, that I have a law of attraction friend. She's 80, she's in her 80s, about to turn 80. She's 79. She said to me, affirmation quite some time ago, the more I relax, the more money comes in.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
And I
It's
thought,
the truth.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not about go faster, do more. It's like what you said in your video, rest is so important.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
can bring in more with that hustle. And I did a video on this too, with that hustle mindset. But just know that because of that's the way you went and got it, it'll need
Mm.
to be sustained and maintained that way. And if you
Yeah.
don't want to continue, because if you talked to me a couple of years ago, I'm talking about income through the roof in
Mm.
many ways. But you best believe I was working about 80 hours a week. And I was thinking, like, the minute I decided that that was too much, I was like, okay, so now I need to learn how to bring the same income in without putting my feet to the pavement, because it's possible. And I've done it before. And when it started slipping away, I was like, oh no, now I got to go back and retrieve it. I got to go get it. I got to make it happen because it's slipping. But I'm like, that would have been a perfect opportunity not to fly into survival mode and to see, because we do all of this work, the law of assumption, law of attraction, we do all of this work, and then we never sit back to see what we've created.
Yeah.
It's like we still want to get in front of it and control it to a certain
Yes,
degree.
for
Hmm.
sure, for sure. And I think the real gems are when you can, whether you call it God or infinite intelligence or
Hmm.
universe, that you can surrender more and know that 1 hour's action doesn't have to equal 1 hour's money. It can
Yes.
be that money comes from known and unknown sources. It can be that I work half the hours for twice the pay. It can
Hmm.
be that it's money chases me. If you can have those thoughts and have those beliefs, it can be that way. And then going back to the title of your video, rest can be the first priority. It can.
Hmm. Yeah. And I think it should. And even whether you are in relationships or not, like that's a huge one. I always, and some of it was a thought process thinking about my mom when I was growing up and how she was never rested. And one of the subscribers on the channel put a comment underneath one of the videos, and it talked about what type of women you know. And it's from a book. It's called The Relaxed Woman. And it was
Mm-hmm.
like, have you known a woman that, I've known this kind of woman, anxious women, apologetic women, but like, never a relaxed woman. I said, I can add a couple of more. I've known angry women, bitter women, but I'm like, relaxed. I was like, it's rare. And when you get around a relaxed woman, it's just like you're being held. It's a very nurturing feeling. And I think we can give it to ourselves, and we have more to share with other people. It's like when you're all up, you're pedantic and you're doing this and doing that, there's not enough of you
Mm.
to give. And having my daughters really solidified that, because I was like, nope, I gotta be present. I gotta show up. And
Yeah.
through those times, that money showed up. And I was
Yeah.
in the most rested space I could ever be in. The
Mm.
money showed up. But because we're so used to go and get it, my whole thought process was like, okay, as soon as they get big enough, then I'm going to
Yes.
get back out there. And I'm like, but if I would have been paying attention, I'm like, but it's already been happening for you.
Mm.
Let it keep happening that way. But there's a guilt that comes along with not doing a lot that we have
Yes.
to. Yeah.
Yeah. The guilt. And I look back at my childhood and it was,
Oh, I think it's
yeah.
frozen. Is it me? Or
Can you hear me?
hello?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
You
Oh,
hear
there
me?
we go.
Yeah. The belief that I had from childhood was you have to work hard for money and creative people don't make money. So
Wait, I
it's like,
think the audio's out. I can't hear.
is it? Oh, hang on. Yeah, when you grow up, I mean, I grew up on Vancouver Island in an alternative community, and then I grew up in a small village in France. And it was, people were trading food, they were preparing for winter, there was always this collective consciousness of there's not enough, there's not enough, there's not
Uh-huh.
enough. And,
Hmm.
shopping at Goodwill. I mean, shopping secondhand now is cool, but it was not
Yeah.
cool back then.
No. No,
It
you're
was
right.
like poor people shopped at
You're poor,
Goodwill.
yeah. You didn't want to be caught dead in there and see your friends or something. Now that I'm
Yeah,
older, I realize they were in there. I mean, they were in there too. We,
yeah,
but it was a
yeah.
stigma. Hmm.
It was. It was a stigma that we don't have enough, and I don't want people knowing that. And yeah, I think once you overcome your beliefs and really start to change what you think, it doesn't matter what our families taught us, we can change and we can make things easier. And you can
Hmm.
have passive income, you can have
Hmm.
money coming in while you're sleeping, you've just got to create things that then allows you to rest. You got to create things that then, while you're sleeping or you're off the clock, money
Hmm.
is still able to come to you. But you have to have the beliefs and the knowing that that's possible, and then make an effort to think those thoughts, because the poor thoughts from childhood don't tell us those things. It's always you have to
Hmm.
work hard. That's
Yeah.
it.
And it's
And that
like you're
was,
trying to stop a train, a runaway train. A lot
yeah.
of people think if I just change my, no, you have generations of the mindset and you are trying to break that generational pattern and cycle and you're putting a halt to it. It's going to take some time for you to be able to be in the right mindset and the right energy and the right space to create things that actually bring in the passive income. Because a lot of people, if they don't see it instantly,
Mm,
they think, well, this doesn't work. I tried that. That doesn't work. And I'm
yeah.
like, you're trying to shift an entire um, generational mindset. You're not just you. It comes from your teaching, how your parents were taught, how their parents were taught. And as my brother reminded me one day, you were in your grandmother's womb. Like, and I didn't even realize that. I'm like, oh yeah, because the eggs are present in
Yeah.
the baby girl when she's inside of her mom's
Yeah.
womb. And he was like, so whatever was happening with her, that energy and what's going on, and if it's from a lack, if it's from survival, if it's from poverty, which is a lot of our stories anyway,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Yeah.
see, yeah, you're gonna be like, I can't just turn this on a dime.
Mm,
There's so much that has to be unlearned and unprogrammed, but you can do it and it's worth it.
it really is. It
Mhm.
really is. And I think the more you are consistent, because I do
Mhm.
see people are really consistent when it's the New Year's resolution time, January,
Yeah.
February. And then I find because I'm working with people, it tapers off.
Mhm.
And then I understand it is hard to have consistency and focus in this
Mhm.
day of social media, like what we were talking about.
Mhm.
We have whittled away at our consistency and our focus. So it's like you have to make a decision.
Mhm.
And we were talking about this before we started recording. All that social media nonstop is like fast food. Whereas
Mhm.
what you're doing on your channel and I'm doing on my channel is more slow food.
Yeah.
And it's more nourishing. It takes time. You're going to have to focus and listen. You're going to have to think about it. You're going to have to ponder it. You're going to have
Mhm.
to then go, do I want to apply it?
Yeah.
And that
Mhm.
takes someone who wants to develop their brain and their
Yeah.
knowledge and their being. And it's a mindfulness practice.
Yeah. And there's so much in our environments that are pulling the opposite way from that. And so that's what makes it so hard because everything is instant gratification. It's really challenging when you say, no, I have to, if I'm going to figure this out, I need to take a different path.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to take that path, just
Mm.
say, like, if you're trying to eat healthier, it's so easy. I can point to a Jack in a Box
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
is maybe 3 or 4 blocks away from where I live. It's like that's the common. And so you almost have to get to where you don't even see the distractions anymore, and that is a good analogy for that. I like that because like I don't even see fast food places anymore. But there
Yeah.
was a time when it used to be always like, "Ooh, maybe I should eat there today. Maybe I should eat there.
Mm.
But yeah, it's like essentially you got to sit there and make a homemade meal, and
Yes.
it takes
Yeah.
attention. Hmm.
And it takes, I mean, I understand when people are working full time and they've got kids or
Hmm.
animals or elderly parents or whatever, that the time is limited. And I remember I remember saying to God, I really need to wake up without an alarm clock. I can't stand it, you
Yeah.
know?
Hmm.
And for me, that's when it started. The rest started
Hmm.
when I could never, I mean, I don't wake up with an alarm clock anymore, um, unless I have to get to the airport because I've got to go on a holiday or something. But there is no alarm sound in my life. I never start the day with that because that would
Yeah,
always make me angry and put me in a bad mood. So
I know it.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
awful. And especially if you're a night owl and you have to wake up
Yeah.
early,
Hmm.
or if you're a morning person and you've got to work late, those things don't work. So the
Hmm.
rest is so important I mean, I know I wake up and I go, okay, every day I do some kind of exercise. Every day I eat something that's full of greens. I love
Hmm.
greens. I like food that's made from nature. And I know that when I go shopping, that's what I get because I want to look after myself. Yes, prep takes a bit longer.
Hmm.
Yes, it requires that you plan your meals and all of that. But
Yeah.
once you've done that for the week, and sometimes you can plan more than one meal in one sitting,
Hmm.
then it creates pockets of space where you can rest more.
Yeah. And
And
that's what I was thinking about when you're talking about the video.
yeah,
That's when it hit me, when I had all of my Tupperware laid out and I was about to put
yeah,
this in, and I realized I was like, my daughters, they're not going to bother me for the next 4 days or
yeah,
so, and I was like, man, more people should be doing this.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that alarm clock thing was huge because that was a huge part of the homeschool. Because I took the little one out when she was in second grade, and the older one was in fourth grade. And I let her stay another month because she wanted to do holiday stuff. But let me tell you, she's extroverted. She had a hard time coming home. But I said, if I don't get them home now, they'll be. I felt like I was rescuing them from like um, a lifestyle of running around in circles and not being able to see that something else can be established.
yeah.
And so, because we were getting up super early, I was driving 45 minutes to their little school and coming back, and the alarm clock for the younger one was terrible. Like, it just didn't work. And I
Yeah.
was like, and then I'm putting little uniforms on them while they're sleeping. So I'm like
Yeah.
scooting their little legs up and putting a shirt on their head. Their eyes are shut, their heads are flopping around.
Oh,
And I was like, this isn't life. This is insane.
no, no.
And
So have you homeschooled them since then?
well, no, I stopped at the pandemic. So they were
Ah,
set to
yes.
go back before the pandemic, and they were in school a few months, and
Yeah.
then the pandemic happened, and they went right back home. So
Yeah.
they were in school about 4 months, and
Yeah.
then home. So now up until like eighth grade for the oldest one, and
Yeah.
then sixth grade for the younger one. So a good 4.5 years
So
we
they
we
would
were
have been
able to be.
used to it when the pandemic hit. They knew what to do. They knew what the
Yeah,
routine was.
they hated it because they treated it like a 9 to 5. When we did homeschool, it was much more of a loose
Yeah.
approach. Like they did
Okay.
4 subjects a day, and I let them choose the subjects they were working on. And when they
Okay.
did them, I would grade them later. Well, when they were doing the pandemic work, it was like a 9 to 5 call center
Ah.
job. They had to sit at the computer on Zoom the whole
Ah.
day. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh boy.
But I
Yeah. I
wanted
mean,
to show them rest. I wanted them to experience. I'm like, y'all
yes.
are little kids. You need to be able to be free. And
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. And if you're learning it as you're growing up, you get used to it and you think it's
yeah,
normal. And then that whole busy, constant thing isn't part of your
yeah. They
makeup.
don't have that, and they're not guilty either.
Good.
You're
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not doing, and they'll take an easy job in a minute. The oldest one has a very easy job, and she's like,
Yeah.
and she doesn't even come home talking about it. And I think that's so interesting. It's like she doesn't have to like, oh, I got to take a load off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who's this person? That she's like, oh, you know what? I don't really even pay attention to the people. I'm like, why? Like, I just do my job and leave. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I was never like that. I was a manager
Wow.
at fast food when I was 17.
Yeah.
It was just go, go, go,
What
go, go.
what is she doing for work?
She's working retail, so she's selling
Ah,
like perfumes and
yeah.
candles and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
she's enjoying that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's good. It's good. I mean, it's a good first job, retail, because you get
Yeah,
so much interaction with people and you're learning on your feet. And retail, I mean, yes, there's a lot of online now, but people still like the in-person shopping experience. So,
they do. Yeah, and she works
yeah.
like 4 hours at a time, and so she kind of likes, and
Yeah.
she had a hard job before this, and she's like, never again. So it sunk in almost too
Yeah.
much. She was a
Ah,
server at a restaurant, and she was like, never again.
yeah,
She's like,
that's hard.
she was like, I make more money now. And so she even made that correlation, which is really cool. She was like, I do way less now and I make more money than I did as a server working
Yeah.
constantly. It's like you start to pay attention. There's
Yes.
no badge of honor in this house for
Mhm.
tiring yourself out. No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Excellent. It's so great to pass it on to the next generation, isn't it?
It is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're watching you, not just what you say, but what you're doing. And
Yes. They're
that's
watching me.
fabulous. That's fabulous.
I love to
Well,
come home and say that I did nothing. And I
yeah.
don't even feel any shame in that. I'm like, I worked on my vision board at my desk today and I sent a little picture of it. It's
Isn't
coming
that
along very
great?
nicely.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to have this thing that, because I work from home and I work on Zoom, I thought, I still had 9 to 5 in my brain. So it was
Hmm.
like, you never watch TV during the day. You just never
Hmm.
watch TV. And just sometimes like I'll think, I'm gonna just have a break. Let me put on, Netflix. I'll watch one episode. And then
Uh-huh.
I go, okay, let me go have a bath because I don't have a client for another hour. I'll have a bath in
Hmm.
the afternoon. And doing those things, instead of coming home, you're smashed, you're exhausted, you're wrecked. You need
Yeah.
to eat, you need to have a shower, you need
You've
to,
been commuting. You
it's
got to
just like,
strip out of the work attire,
yeah,
and yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. It's no fun. And I
No,
worked remotely for a while, and it was one of the best experiences that I had because I was like, "You mean to tell me I can do a job without somebody breathing down my neck?" Like this is
yes,
it was very, very,
yeah,
very, very nice. Yeah.
it's so great.
Mhm.
I mean,
And you get a better outcomes. It's like
yes,
whether you're running a business or whether you're working for someone, either
yeah,
way, you got to do something at a desk or do something at some point of the day. But when
mhm,
you're able to manage that yourself and you're able to approach it based on less of a 9 to 5 sort of mindset and more of a when I'm productive and when I'm not productive. Like
yes,
I was doing some work at 11 o'clock at night because the whole day I'd watch Netflix instead. And I was like, but look,
yeah,
and they were like, oh, this is an amazing project. So what is the problem there?
yeah, yeah.
Got your
And
product and I had a good day.
yeah. But it's true. Sometimes you feel really productive and you've got energy and other times you don't. It's
Yeah.
like if you can work from home and roll with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very much a night owl, so you and I doing this at whatever time, quarter to
Yeah.
7 at night. It's like it suits my body clock. So my work is geared to when my cycle of energy is there. And
Exactly. Yeah.
once you know yourself, oh, it's so
Yeah.
great because you don't have a boss, with their foot on the back of your neck.
Yeah.
You can rest when you need it. You can work when you need it. You can rest when you need it. And you
Yeah.
just, it's just the joy of that. And I used to have an affirmation. I didn't have money when I grew up.
Mm.
So when people used to say in the law of attraction world, just say I am wealthy. And I go, I don't
But
know
I'm
what
not.
that feels like.
Yeah.
My parents were on, welfare. My dad
Yeah.
couldn't work when it was snowing. And then I'd go to school and I'd be embarrassed because I'd been at Goodwill with my mum on the weekend.
Mhm.
I don't know what I am wealthy feels like. Those are just words my head doesn't understand.
Exactly. That's like
But
saying I am a grasshopper.
yeah, pretty much. But I remember thinking, well, rich people can do what they want when they want.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, well, when I'm walking on the beach in Sydney, Australia, and it's a day off from work, I am free means more to me than I am wealthy.
Yes. And you can relate to I am free. You
Yeah.
got
And
the
that's what I
feeling of
use.
I am free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am free. Or if you leave your job, you've got to go to a job and you leave the job, you put the key in the door and you walk out. That moment.
Yeah.
Whew, I'm free till tomorrow morning. That's a
Yeah.
feeling that you can, if you've
Yeah.
grown up poor, you can capture I am free, but I'm wealthy and
Yeah.
I'm rich.
And you want to, and then you, it's like, that meant nothing to me. And then
Yeah.
you want to attract, you'll start attracting more of I am free. And
Yes.
that's, yeah, I've lived my whole, all through 30s and now in my 40s, I've lived
Yeah.
most of my life that way of I'm free. And even still now, while I go into office a few days a week,
Yeah.
it's such a freedom. I don't,
Yeah.
and I was telling my daughter, I was like, I got lucky enough. I'll say lucky enough, but I attracted it to where I don't work with anybody I work with. you know, like
Ah,
where I'm at, it's like I have my own office and I don't work with anybody I actually work with. So like
nice.
supervisors and things like that is like they have me completely autonomous.
Fabulous.
And I was in a toxic environment, so I know the difference. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow, they just trust me to do what
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be doing. And I'll say, oh, I'm leaving early for this. They say, yeah, yeah, sure, sure, have a good day. And I'm like, okay. This is,
So they trust you enough that they know that the result will get done.
and yes, and it does. And that's what's so wonderful about that. I'm like, I was so used to environments just watching you all the time.
Yes.
And so like now it's
Oh,
like this is amazing. And
Yeah.
I can't get over it sometimes. It's like, this is really nice. And yeah, I
That's a,
think I'm just
that's
going to
I am
scoot out of
free.
here early. Nobody cares.
That's right. Well, that's a real experience of I am free within the
Hmm.
workplace. And
Yeah.
the more
Because I
you
didn't think
get,
it was possible. I'll say that. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. Well, have you got any last words about resting being a priority, Jameela? Anything else you want to say to the people?
Um, One of the biggest things is, release the guilt.
Yeah.
That's the comments I see the most under everything. And look, like my little mug says, busy resting. Don't let
Yeah.
people tell you that resting is not doing something, because it is.
Yeah.
It's something that's important enough to even be scheduled if you need to. Because some people are like, I have 5 kids and I have a
Yeah.
husband, I have to do all this. And I'm like, can you get 15 minutes?
Mm.
Just start small, and then release the guilt of it. You're not put here
Yeah.
on this earth to constantly serve other people without being replenished,
That's it.
especially as a woman. And I know people say, oh, for everyone. Yes, but our bodies are very different and
Mm.
our hormones are different, from our male counterparts. And
Yes.
science, there's even scientific proof that we require more rest in order to function at high levels. And I don't think anything is wrong with that. Like, we have to stop penalizing and seeing it as lazy and unproductive.
Yeah.
I get my most productivity done when yesterday I took like a 4 hour nap. I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah.
I kept waking up saying, have I had enough? And then no guilt. I got up and I just was like, oh, that was nice. And,
Yeah.
no guilt is what I have to say.
And that was a Friday.
Yes, it was very nice.
Fantastic. So you weren't at work that day?
Well, I scooted on out. I don't think anybody watches this. I
Yeah.
scooted out because my daughter said her car stalled on her. So I was like, well, let me help. And it just gave
Yeah.
me a reason because there was nothing happening. I was like,
Yeah.
well, let me. And I was
Yeah.
planning on, I was like, should I go back over there? And I'm like, I don't really need to. Nobody's looking for me. And then I sat in the bed and then it turned into a nap. And then
Oh,
it turned
so
into
good.
from, what was it,
Yeah.
around 1 p.m. to about 6 p.m.
Yeah. Must have needed it. Just
I
must have
think I
needed it.
did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's so good. Sleep is the best medicine ever.
It is, especially when you are actually resting and you're
Yes.
not just, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wonderful. It's so good to hear this. And I mean, you're talking to the converted here because
Yeah.
I love
They say preaching to the choir, right?
Yeah, I'm doing the same. Well, thank you very much for coming and sharing all that because I think we need to, as women, share it more so that, because I know that,
Mhm.
like you said, a lot of women feel guilty. So if they hear these conversations,
Mhm.
they'll start to say, well, hang on a minute, they're doing it. So
Mhm.
why can't I at least do 15, 20 minutes or half an hour or whatever I can, little
Mhm.
bite sizes throughout the day. It makes a big difference. So,
And teaching your family to respect that is huge too.
yes,
Yeah. Mhm.
yes, for sure. Really important. Jameela, I'm going to put the link to your YouTube channel down
Oh,
below
nice.
so that my
Mhm.
viewers can find you. And I really thank you for giving your time today because I know it's the weekend and it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. And also that
Mm.
we're both doing the same topic and
Yeah.
we're on the same page. There's little pockets of us around the world, starting to, and we talked about disconnecting from social media and using our time to do these other things. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank
Oh,
you
yeah.
very
Yeah.
much.
I enjoyed this, Agnes. I appreciate the invite. And
My
yeah, I was happy to put this in my day.
beautiful. Well, Jameela, stay on the line. Everybody, thank you for joining us. If you made it this far, well done. And Jameela and I were discussing, both of us have memberships on our channel. So if you want more private, personal communication, interaction with us, you can check out our membership programs because we've got lots of goodies for you. And the link will be down below to Jameela's membership and my membership in this YouTube description. And I will see you as always in the next YouTube, everybody.